hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Reina Creole, and I have a Halloween party hangover right now. I sincerely do. So last night I went to the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, and wanted to review it live with you guys. So you're kind of seeing what I look like. I remember back in the day when I would go out at night and I partied so much the night before I came home and fell asleep in my makeup. But yeah, that's what I did. I fell asleep in my makeup last night. So I'm like, okay, I can't party like I used to, but uh, I partied anyway, regardless. Hey Ron, cool. I'll see you in a bit. Man, I Yes, I am. Very tired for several reasons, but excited to be with you all to give you the straight dope on Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween break. Respect for Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. Anyway, this is the second time that I've attended Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party. Uh, let's see. I've always wanted to attend this party when I lived out of state. And I could never attend because the parties would start in September. I was way back before then. So when I moved here to Central Florida, when I moved to Orlando, it was like the tail end of the pandemic. So I went to the Halloween party that was called the Boo Bash, and it was freaking horrible. But the year after that, Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party came back in the incarnation that it was supposed to. So this is my second year of the Halloween party. And I see you guys starting to filter on in, So welcome. Glad you are all here. Make sure you guys get your questions. I can answer those for you about the party. And of course, I got video to show you guys. So let me start welcoming folks while Ron is on his way in. Let's see. I see Kimberly Ann Hart. How you doing, my dear? Says last night was spooky. It was spooky fun. It was very much spooky fun. Snortopoopas, we got the polar bear from Pinellas County. It says, hello, humans and other critters. But hello. Let's see. We have got Little Mouse in the chat. Hello, my dear. So good to see you. Good to see you. And good morning. Good morning. We have got Brian Acosta who says, hello, everyone. Well, hello. And welcome. Good to see you. And Melissa Bell says, hi. August seems a little early to me for Halloween, but it's my favorite event they do. Yes, it is early. It is too early. I will die on that hill. It is too early to have Halloween parties in August. But the way that Disney sees it is that people will pay for this party. And you have some people who will pay to do this party in August before they go back home and back east from their vacations. And it is without a doubt the best party that Disney does for so many reasons. And I'll start to talk about that later in the stream. Dan's Life at the Kingdom says, good morning, Lorena. Same here with the hangover at the party. It was a great party and got my bucket. Well, I'm glad you got the bucket. I did see it. I was looking for the Winifred sipper because Camera Girl wanted one and could not find one. Tried to ask cast members about where to find it. It seemed like nobody knew where it was or what I was talking about until I went to the Main Street Bakery to try to get one last ditch thing. I was going to get the mini cinnamon bun, and they didn't have it at the location that where they're supposed to have it. And they didn't have it. So finally, I'm guessing a cast member who was in the know told me where I could find it. So when I go with Camera Girl for her birthday next month, I'll know where to find it. And here we have, hey Ron, how you doing, my dear?
Hello. I wasn't quite sure if I was going to be able to make it today or not. The last few days trying to get Xander ready for school is lots of busy stuff going on here, and I'm not. I feel really really bad. I had to decline 2 pro invites in a row. Pro's gonna hate me. He's like, "Oh, you're never coming back on the show again." Oh, God.
No. I'm pretty sure he understands, especially with, oh my gosh, back to school stuff. I do not even want to set foot in a Target or a Walmart or a Marshalls or a TJ Maxx or a Kohl's at all this weekend, because I think this is the last weekend of the tax rebate, the back to school tax rebate. And all the outlet, even the outlet malls, they've got free, no tax weekend. It is everywhere. Even Universal is offering back to Hogwarts, aka back to school bundle packages of swag. It is something else.
It's I'm kind of sad that we weren't able to get Xander into Hogwarts this year.
No.
He's starting middle school, and this would be a great time for him to learn some magic. Can you conjure up some cash, please? That would be great. Or at least bring some magic back to the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah. Although I will say, as much as I give Disney a lot of crap lately, this party is still, I want to call, the essence of true Walt Disney in a bottle, so to speak. Expensive is, it is expensive, but it's, how would I put it? It's an experience that you cannot get during any other regular old park day. And it is family friendly, which is something that Howl-O-Scream and Halloween Horror Nights are not, because they serve different audiences. But Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, excuse me, is just like legendary. It's way better than their Christmas parties, although I haven't been in a while, and I may actually try one just to see what's going on with that. But the Halloween party, they definitely know how to do the Halloween party. And
they have the Sandersons back.
Yes, okay. They had the Sandersons back.
Did they add Agatha?
Sandersons. Oh no. I don't even think Agatha would pass the entrance exam to get on that stage at all. But yeah, it's so funny how crazy popular that stage show is. And I absolutely love it. It is so much fun. Hey, Goo435, I see you there. And let's see, we have Brogu, who says, hello, the Reina. I hope you're having a wonderful day today. Yeah, I kind of am, courtesy of coffee and the Mr. Toad's Wild Ride mug here. It really is a little too early for Halloween, in my humble opinion. I agree. Ron, what do you think?
Oh, early for, well, I mean, First of all, I understand why we do it. Here in Florida, we don't have a fall anyway, so it's not, timing wise, it's not really ever going to feel like fall does, for example, in the Midwest or the Northeast, unless we force it. We kind of have to. And so that's what we do. I'm a big, huge Halloween fan. But there's no way. I mean, I applaud you and all the live streamers and everybody that went out to the party last night in 100 plus degree heat. Some of the costumes, like also, I want to wear a costume. Even when I went, we went 2 years ago. My little icon that I use is us in costume at the front of the Halloween party in front of the Magic Kingdom, and that was September the 30th. It was right after a hurricane. We weren't sure that it was going to be open, but they literally, the hurricane was gone one day. They cleaned up Magic Kingdom and it was open, and bam, the next day, everything, you would have never known that a hurricane came through, which is how good they were at cleaning, getting everything ready back then. And we had a phenomenal time. I don't think we rode a single ride, but like, you don't really go to the Halloween party to ride rides. I guess maybe Space Mountain and the complete pitch black, but I don't like Space Mountain. I'm old. It hurts my body. It's rickety. So, but we had a great time. We did all the trick or treating. We saw the shows, the Halloween parade. I still have, that's up on my channel, and certainly copyright claimed. So, but I mean, it's not like a strike or anything, but all of those songs, you just, I mean, you put them up on the channel, and it is what it is. I just do it to share with the folks. So, but yeah, it's a good time. It's the best parade, the best fireworks. The fireworks can't be beat. How long was the show? 25 minutes last night?
I don't think 25. I think maybe close to 15, but I'll show you guys, because this year I actually live streamed the fireworks, because as I'm a huge Nightmare Before Christmas fan, I need to be right in front of the stage so I could see Jack Skellington come out. So we're gonna scrub through the video that I took last night, but the fireworks, oh my gosh, you can tell this is something that they've perfected like over years, and the fireworks are just the fireworks, the projection, the puppet, everything. Because when people were watching it last night, they were just like, this is amazing. And it's not and again, I'll show you. And it's not just the fireworks, it's not just the projection, it's not just the puppet show, not just the Jack Skellington puppet, but the lights and the ambient lighting that they have all over the trees and everything in the front and also in the back. It is an amazing, amazing show. It's only at Sleepy Hollow. Oh, the Winifred Sipper? Is it at the it's only Sleepy Hollow. Okay, that makes sense. Correct me if I'm reading this wrong. So the Winifred Sipper is only at Sleepy Hollow. Okay, because I need that Sipper. I need that Sipper. Minnie Mouse as Winifred from Hocus Pocus. Like I need that. I need that, and Camera Girl needs that too. Goof R35. You know what? I'm going to put something up on a loop so you guys can see it while we're screaming here. I'm usually better at this. You guys are going to have to bear with me because it's been a long, long, long morning. I'll put this on a loop so you guys can see it. This is like one of the most amazing things. Yeah, it is. It is. It's hot. It's miserable. You don't really feel like wearing any costumes. The only costume I had on was like my mini ears, and that was it. Had my mini ears, I had a tank top on, I had this on because it's, it's light and everything. But oh my gosh, with the humidity, it's like everything is stuck to you. and it was just felt like my makeup was melting off. It was just crazy. Hey, Brett, good to see you. Good to see you. Kathleen is here. Says hello, Lorena and Ron. Hello, hello, hello. Keely Chow is here. Hashtag BOTU raid. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. Put on your combat gear. Put on your combat gear, Lorena. Well, I sure will. I sure will. Let's see. Going Shogi says, good morning to all you fine folks out there. Well, hello, hello, hello. Good to see you, Going Shogi. This year's Halloween party was a lot better than in previous years. And yeah, I would have to agree with you. Let me share this. So I'm just going to let this run while we're talking. Yeah, it's the only thing that I didn't like is how oversold it was, just to me. But here's the interesting thing. There were more people at this party last night at the Magic Kingdom than I've seen in the Magic Kingdom during a regular day. Just like so many people, hordes of people. And this is, I want to say I got my parade spot about an hour. Because I had to grab it about an hour ahead of time because that's how I am as a theme park commando. It's like if you want a good spot, that's where you go. Although I will tell you that there are some people who will try to get in there at the last minute. So you kind of have to stand up.
What's the best spot to watch that parade from? I mean, having really only seen the full parade one time. You know what I did? This is funny. When my family and I went 2 years ago, I went to the spot that I had always watched it before working at from DVC, which is the Frontierland DVC booth, which was right in front of the shooting gallery, which no longer exists. And that wasn't a bad spot to watch the parade from, but I'm just wondering if there's like better.
There definitely are. Definitely are. Let's see. If you want, if your objective is to see the parade as soon as it happens and quickly get back to what it is that you want to do for the party, Frontierland is your best place to watch it. You can watch it as soon as it comes out the gate, like right in front of Pecos Bills. You can sit there and watch it. So it's like as soon as the parade goes by, boom, you can head on over to Pirates of the Caribbean. You can do that breezeway and head right on through. So you can go to Adventureland. You can go to the other treat trails and everything. So you're right there. You can get back to what we're doing. If you want a really good perspective of the parade as it turns, so you can kind of get a whole like view of like the parade coming by, turning a little and going down in front of the Hall of Presidents, because there's actually a couple benches there that people try to take up as soon as possible. Right in front of the Hall of Presidents is great. The parade turns as it's coming from Frontierland to go across the Liberty Square Bridge into the Cinderella Hub. So that's the second one. The third one that I really like is where I am now, which is in front of Cinderella Castle. Not in the hub where the partner statue is, which is the partner statue is right behind those people in the front, but literally right in front of the castle. So you can see the floats as the parade comes across Liberty Square. The Liberty Square Bridge, which is, let me back up here. So the Liberty Square Bridge is up here, excuse me, up here to the right. So you can see that empty space where they have people roped off and the cast members standing there to the right. That's the Liberty Square Bridge. So the parade is going to come right through there, and it's like you can see it coming. You kind of see it, the float turn, and there's lots of space for the parade folks to come on through and do their thing. But they're also some of the most coveted spaces. So I kid you not, if you want this kind of space for the parade, you are going to have to scout it out at least 45 minutes before parade time. At least for the first parade. There are 2 parades, and I always recommend that people go to the second one, because the first one, you got the little kids and stuff that are there. They want to see it and everything. And usually by the time of the second parade, they're so tired they're taking them home.
The only place to see a live Tinkerbell.
Yes, a live Tinkerbell. Yes, you will see her during the party. She's never really been a meet and greet character. The only place I've met Tinkerbell has been at Disneyland. Hey, Steve, how you doing? Says, hi there, Lorena, you cuddly boots. I hope you're doing perfectly splendid today. Well, I certainly am. I certainly am. Let's see. What do we have here? Hey, Dylan, how you doing? Says, hey, Lorena and Ron, sup, chat? Good seeing you here. Space Mountain makes me day ending dizzy. Well, a good way to experience Space Mountain, and I have to put this in the video, but I just happened to find this out yesterday. If you want to experience the spooky overlay of Space Mountain without going on Space Mountain, go on the TTA, the People Mover. There's this section where it's so dark. I'm like, are we ever going to get out of this? And you hear the spooky music and everything. Very cool. So that way you can just relax, ride around, get the spooky atmosphere without all of the, I would say, motion sickness that you would. So that's something that I found out this year, because after the stream, I was like, I just needed to relax a little bit. So I went on the People Mover, and that's when I found that out. So it was actually very, 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 very cool. Caranto says, what's this? What's this? Well, that's Captain Jack Sparrow right there. Oh, it's cool seeing him. This parade it's really a lot of fun. Oh, here's the grave diggers.
This is the best part. I love the grave diggers.
Oh,
the sparks.
They're so awesome. I think they're exclusive to Disney World. I think someone told me they don't have them at the Disneyland parade. So it's so cool when they come out there and the sparks from the shovels and everything. It's really cool. It's just yet another touch of Disney magic when you see this parade. And of course, here's Madame Leota, like her gravestone. And this is my girl right here. Okay, I don't know what cast member gets to do this, but they must be living their best life on this one. As Constance. Well, there's 2, Constance and Ursula. And she just like, I love this whole thing. How she just kind of rolls around.
Just hatch away, girl. Just hatch away.
Exactly.
How many husbands did she go through? 7? I think she went through 7.
I think so. 7.
I remember when we were doing a backstage tour at the Haunted Mansion. That was one of the coolest things. Is they showed us each one of the places where you could see the head off of the husbands, how she actually progressively got worse in the way that she murdered each one of the husbands. And there is so much detail in that part of the Haunted Mansion. You go through so fast on the ride that, like, if you're not looking in the right spot, you don't see it. But they made something in every spot that every person could look at, so that if you're looking in that spot, you're going to notice a detail you didn't notice before. I love it.
Wow. Yeah, it's so cool. And there's a there's a Hitchhiking Ghost. I love watching like true crime and I love watching ID Discovery. And one of my favorite shows is something called Deadly Women. And there's an FBI profiler and she talks about, different ways that, let's say, women who are like serial killers, they use different methods. They're most likely to use methods like, say, poisoning or something like that. Hatchet, that's freaking gangster. that
Oh
is
God, yeah.
not usually a method that women would according to this FBI profiler, women use more subtle ways of doing that. Straight up, grabbing a hatchet is so out of it's so out of the norm that I think that's why it's so just like frightening. And I freaking love that. It's hilarious.
I got
Interesting.
stuck next to her.
Yes.
I got stuck next to her in the
Really?
Haunted Mansion last time I was there, and then she just kept going, "Till death do us part." I'm like over and over again. I'm like, "Get me out of the spot,
Get out,
please." Yeah, it
please,
was like
please,
like
please.
one of those 1 minute, 1 or 2 minute stops, and it felt like forever. I'm like, just get
Mm-hmm.
me into the cemetery, please. Oh, the bears.
Oh, the Bears, Big Al, Big Al. I love the Country Bears during the
Where's liver?
Halloween
I mean,
party.
Romeo.
Oh, yeah, I guess they didn't have a walk around costume for him
Romeo.
yet. Romeo with his mohawk up there. I love these like characters who are lesser known who come rolling through the
That's the fun
parade.
stuff.
It's
Yeah.
just it's so much fun. My spot for the parade is on Main Street. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a popular one with a lot of people, especially with some people who are trying to get a head start on getting out the park and the letter parade is over. Now, Dan, is your spot
Wreck-It Ralph.
like on the straightaway of Main Street, or is it somewhere along the hub that goes in front of the train station? Because my favorite is if you stand on Main Street, standing right outside of the Emporium, like where it ends, kind of like where I showed the video that I took of the headless horseman. That's pretty cool. Hey, Tom F, how you doing? How you doing? It's seeing you. Welcome. See, Going Shogi said, I went 2004-ish and I'll never forget the headless horseman. I didn't know it was a thing, and that horse was booking it down Frontierland. Took us completely by surprise. Yes, it is a thing. Um, the horse that is no rider. That is basically a puppet, and the horse knows where to go. So the cast members, and please don't give them crap about this, okay? The cast members will come through and tell you no lighting, no like bubble wands, no nothing like that. Stay up on the curb because the horse is trained to go where it needs to go. And the last thing you want is a spooked horse going crazy, okay? You don't want that happening.
I'm
So
grabbing
the horse knows
gumdrops.
where. And that when that float comes by, it smells like candy. It smells like candy
Ursula.
when she comes by. But yes, the horse trots on its own, and it's got the puppet on it, and people think that it's actually a someone that's in it, and it's just like no, nah, it's no one that's in it.
I
No
love how they
one
do Flotsam
that
and
is.
Jetsam.
I like those. It reminds me of the true Little Mermaid show, but yeah, yeah. I'll talk about that another. I'll talk about D23 announcements at another time. Hi, Shakel Shake says hi and good morning, good morning. And yes, he does. he does have a fascination with pirates. And the funny thing is, when Walt Disney World first opened, there wasn't a pirates ride. And Floridians were like, where the heck are the pirates at? We love pirates in Florida. So they put the Pirates of the Caribbean attraction in. Because for us, it's not, and for Florida, it's not just a passing fancy with pirates. You got some people in Florida who descend from pirates. Piracy is a big thing.
That's true.
Yep, CJ, that's the other one.
And there are still plenty of actively working.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
There are actively
that's the other
working
one that
pirates
females
out
do.
of Florida.
I watch those shows. Yes, I love those. ID Discovery. And this is the funk band. That's what I call them, because they got some crazy bass that's going on right there. And yeah, that's the other one that women do. They'll hire somebody. That's like the second one. I need somebody to bump off my husband. I was by the trash can next to the clock on that side. Okay, I know exactly where you're talking about. Because at times when we would watch the Festival of Fantasy Parade, I'll put the gimbal right there in the trash can because nobody stands there, and it's perfect. And it's perfect. Bonjo says, poor unfortunate souls. Yeah, I love that Ursula when she comes by.
I remember that.
Which one?
I was just saying I was watching. I remember watching this part of your live stream when you were on last night. I was flipping through because like there was some on TikTok and some on YouTube, and then there were other people live streaming in different places. I knew there were going to be so many streamers out. I was like, I'm taking the night off. I think I got to get Xander ready for school anyway.
It is.
Look,
insane.
It's the evil queen.
Yes. And she looks fabulous. I love how Maleficent comes by. And first of all, I feel bad because they're in all of that gear. It is hot. And, they've got the makeup on. So it's not just the costumes. It's the makeup. I zero in on these details. Oh, here's where everybody started bum rushing the stage. After the parade, I'm like, oh my God, where are all these people freaking coming from? They are rushing to the stage for the show. That part was kind of scary.
I'm just imagining the smell in the dressing room to get back. Oh my sweat.
I hope they have like a Febreze, some like serious Febreze or something going on. That's mad.
I've only been in a few backstage entertainment break rooms. I've never been in a dressing room, but I have been in entertainment break rooms. They have part of the costumes off sometimes, and they're usually fine, but it's not like all of the parade people coming back at one time. That's got to be I can't even imagine. I love the show. I'll be honest. I love this show way more than I like the movie.
Really? Oh man! Well, my favorite double feature is Hocus Pocus and Halloween Town.
Well, no, the first one is fine, but the one that they remade, or the second, whatever, I don't know. It's not. It's just.
Oh no, we don't talk about. I don't talk about that one.
Oh, okay.
I noped out 10 minutes into the sequel. But we have Dr. Facilier.
If Dr. Facilier can be there, what's wrong with having put him in Tiana's Bayou Adventure? That makes zero sense. He's still represented in the parks. The ride would have made more sense if he would have transformed the bayou into a mountain using magic. I'm just saying.
You would think so, right? But they, again, serious problems with that attraction. Oh, by the way, Tiana's Bayou Adventure was running that night, so I don't know what it wasn't running during the day. So whatever duct tape and WD-40 they needed to get running for the party. It was running actually during the party, and I have it up on X for the video that I took. So they made sure it was running for the
Did you ride
party.
it at night? Did you?
No, it wasn't even on my radar.
Okay.
It was not even.
Just because I will say this, and you and I have ridden it together. It is a slightly better experience at night. And if you let your brain go and you don't think about the fact that there's a story, those moments that you're outside are actually that's kind of cool at night. It would have been way better if Dr. Facilier had been included because of the color scheme. They literally put a lighting color scheme that makes it look like a haunted and possessed mountain in the bayou, and then they left Dr. Facilier out. But it's I mean, they could have really upped and enhanced the experience by having him in there, and they really dropped the ball on that one.
Hot sauce ant. I'm going to use that Goopar 35.
Hot sauce ants.
This show is so much fun to watch. There's pyrotechnics in it. Oh, dang.
The massacre.
You know what? Yes.
Splash.
Yes. And it looks creepy. It does. It looks absolutely freaking creepy. And it fits. You're absolutely right. It does. It looks like a creepy log flume ride.
They need to change it to the haunted flume or something.
Mm-hmm.
Get rid of the TBA
I'd ride that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that hot sauce is no.
I thought of you yesterday. I was in Publix, getting stuff ready for school, and I was in the hot sauce aisle, and I totally thought of you, Lorena. I'm like, any one of these would have been better than the Disney stuff that Lorena picked up. Oh god.
You can go to Aldi and get I have key lime habanero hot sauce from Aldi, and it is tasty. Ugh, delicious. But that hot sauce they're trying to fence off on you. Nah, it's not that good. Not that good. Not that good. It looked dark. Yeah. You could literally ride 4 times if you wanted to. Oh, on Tron? Yeah, I saw over there on the Tron attraction. Yep, Oogie Boogie comes out. There's two ones people freak out for. Dr. Facilier and Oogie Boogie. And because of his costume and the UV light, that's the other thing that they use with this. There's so much that goes into this production. With the black lighting and everything, he looks even more creepy. And even when Maleficent comes out, like the flames on the sleeves of her outfit and her scepter, the black light or the UV light just makes it look even better. It is flipping amazing how they do that.
The Sandersons too, they always are so good at casting, and I don't know how often, from year to year, how often the same actors portray those roles. I would think that there was an age thing where they might age out after 5 or 10 years or whatever. I don't know how they have to recast, but whoever they've had, when I saw the show, they were like spot on, and it was like, it was like they jumped right out of the movie onto the stage. So great job on
Agreed. And that's what makes this show so good, because the casting is so good. Each character is dead on. The cast member who plays Winifred Sanderson, you would think it was Bette Midler, literally, from how she sings, from how she acts, how she does, everything. It is. I think the fact that they have the casting on as well for the Sanderson sisters is why this show is so popular. And it runs 3 times a night, right before the fireworks, another one then after the fireworks, and one at midnight as well. And lots of people love this show. Although I will I'll give a little bit of advice, because if you saw the stream last night, I had to wind up doing crowd control for an elderly lady who unfortunately was in an ECV and was boxed in by people standing around. It is, if you have an ECV, you don't want to be in the mosh pit. This is where I was. You know what, the concert, we go to the concert and it's right in front of the stage. This is the mosh pit what I was in. If you have an ECV, you do not want to be in the mosh pit. It is scary. And we were trying to get this elderly lady out of it, and she was kind of boxed in because it's just like there's people sitting here. I mean, you can't like roll over them or something like that. So eventually we kind of got her out, but you don't want to be in the mosh pit. Okay, it's just kind of hard. I want a cattle catcher for my mom's wheelchair. Wow, you put a cattle pusher on the ECV or an air horn. Yeah, it's just when you oh, sorry, go ahead, Ron.
I was just going to ask, Disney does not sell any multiple night tickets for this, correct? They only sell the individual night tickets.
That is correct. They haven't sold multi-night tickets. They only did it one time, and that was, I think, the year the pandemic happened. That was the only time that they did that. Yep, the only time that they did. And yeah, so folks, if you have an ECV, I highly suggest that you're somewhere where you can easily get out. But the mosh pit is not the best place for you to be. I would say the walkway where, the pavement where it is around the hub is probably the best place. You can get out quite easily, but the mosh pit, notoriously, it's just packed with people. Oh, I love the fire. Oh my gosh. See, there's Maleficent up there. Notice how you can see like the flames under her costume and her headgear, and Hades was out this year. Last year, Hades was not in it. And dude was literally like just in the movie. He was hamming it up. People freaking, I felt so bad because when he came out, everybody was like cheering and clapping and everything. And the other villains came out and people were like, yeah, okay. But we had Cruella. She was actually out. When you first come into the entrance for the party, after you get like your candy and stuff like that, they had Cruella like up on a pedestal, talking to the people. So they didn't have that last year. So I did like that. I really did like that. That was very, 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 very cool. So they had her. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Lady Tremaine. No, I'm just trying to see if there's any villains that are missing. So far, the only villain that I've seen missing is Bob.
Somebody said that last night. Dude, if we ever got Ernesto de la Cruz, the place would lose its mind. Yeah, I would love to see him. His whole get up on him is just amazing. But with this show this year, last year we didn't have Lady Tremaine, we didn't have Jafar, we didn't have we had Cruella last year. We didn't have Hades. So like I said, Hades was a fan favorite. He came out like, he was a WWE wrestler. And people freaking ate it up. It was great. It was absolutely great. So let me skip on over here to the fireworks section. Now, usually I tell people oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, can you imagine if they did a Deadpool like thing and like all the villains were coming out and at the very end they have Kathleen Kennedy walk?
Oh my gosh.
Like, I mean,
That would
they
be
can't
freaking
do it
hilarious.
still with the company, but boy, they could do it later on.
Yes, mosh pit, bad idea. Yeah. Iger comes out and although the villains start melting. Usually
God.
for the fireworks, I usually for the fireworks, I tell people the best place to watch them is behind the partner statue. But in this case, because of this is like you're in a mosh pit, but you still get a great perspective. They have the fireworks behind the castle. Not all of them are just like up in the air, but projected behind the castle, which makes it look even creepier. There's all of the trees and everything. There's color projections that are on the trees that are timed to the fireworks, and it looks so cool. You feel like you're in a cartoon. And here is Jack Skellington. This is why you're in the mosh pit for this. When he comes out and people just lose their minds, it's like you feel, oh my gosh, you feel like you are in Nightmare Before Christmas. Not only that, but the cartoon from the Skeleton Dance, with the Disney characters, and they come up with trick or treat, trick or treat, trick or treat on Halloween. Everybody like freaking out because I remember that as a kid, and it's just.
I need to learn that voice. That's I know it's one I can do. I just haven't learned him yet. I gotta learn some of his lines and stuff.
Oh, with Jack Skellington
voice. Yeah,
it's just. I mean, the old school puppetry with this is fascinating. I can't even explain just how cool it is. Here, Barry plays a D23. Yeah, I have to go over there too. It's crazy with D23. So many people are going on with that. And yeah, I mean, the projections on this are okay. I love the ad revenue YouTube. I really do. I really do. They are loading it up. Oh my goodness. But yeah, you have to watch. This is so cool. I love it.
Was that Jessica Jones?
I think so. So with this, they go through, they have the Fab Five characters. They even do the skeleton dance. Let me see if I can get to that part. Yeah, this looks freaking awesome cool. In person. I mean, with the skeletons, the pyrotechnics, the fireworks, it's like everything is centered on the castle, and it is it's amazing. It's absolutely freaking amazing. Again, I keep saying this, but you feel like you're in the old school Disney Halloween cartoons, and the immersion is just crazy. And with the effects, with the visual effects.
Disney character.
Oh, go ahead.
My favorite Disney character is a Halloween character from Donald Duck, from Trick or Treat for Halloween. It's a Donald Duck 1955 cartoon. It's Witch Hazel, and I wish that they had Witch Hazel in somewhere at the Halloween party, because I love Witch Hazel. She's phenomenal, and I mean, that from my childhood, I still love it to this day. Trick or treat, trick or treat. Trick or treat.
I do. Oh, I do. I'm gonna have to tap some of you guys to EFAP that. I did too. And I used to play that thing over and over and over, and I just loved it. I had that and the soundtrack from The Haunted Mansion as well. I used to play those like back to back. Yeah, not too
I
many
remember
people
as a
dressed
little
because it was so
kid,
hot. Hmm.
um, as a little kid, I always laughed at a line that I had no idea what it meant, but it was funny, even though I didn't know why it was funny. And that was when Witch Hazel goes, "That's the real Thinno, right out of Shakespeare." And I'm like, I don't know what it means, but I think it's funny. And later on, I learned exactly what it meant, and it is very funny. But it's
Hmm.
funny that I always laughed at that as a kid, even having no idea what that joke meant.
Well, this part right here where they do with like the ghosts that are dancing, it's so gorgeous. And of course, you've got the organ player from the Haunted Mansion, and it is just, these are projections done right. It adds to the ghostly feel of the show that you're seeing, and it's just done fabulously well. Let's see, there's more with the characters, and then let's see, they went through all the villains.
Ooh.
That part, it's so freaking awesome. I know for channel members, there should be a video from last year, from the fireworks from last year. I like to capture it on video because there isn't as much of a, it's obviously not a lag, because here this is like I'm live streaming it, but that one I actually captured on video. It is flipping. I love this show. This is one of my favorite fireworks shows. And then they all
It's
go
like the
off, trick
Castle
or
of Illusion
treating.
game.
Yes. It just gives like that wow, am I really at Disney World? Am I somewhere else? Am I in the cartoon? Am I crazy? This is the kind of fireworks that we should have gotten for the 4th of July, and we did not. Let's see, where's Jack? Where's Jack? Where's Jack? There's Jack. So Jack comes back out at the end to thank everyone for being there, and the people lose their freaking minds. Again, this is why everyone's in the mosh pit for this fireworks show, because you can see it from Main Street, but you're not going to see Jack Skellington as well. And as a Nightmare Before Christmas nerd, it's like I have to be there. It's so cool. But for Halloween, Disney does Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party the best. It is not cheap. Not at all. Hey, Virginia, how you doing? It's not cheap. I think the tickets were for this year, well, they're depending on when you go. Opening night was $139. As a pass holder, I got like $10 off. But depending on the day, it's anywhere between, I think, 100 and 120, 128 to, on Halloween night, it's $200 per person. Now, I did that last year because Camera Girl wanted to go on Halloween for her birthday. So that was her birthday
Aw.
present. That's the only reason why I did it. Because for years we would be in Philly and she's like, I want to go to Halloween at Disney World. I'm like, well, you're in school, so it doesn't really work out. So now she's in college. It's like, okay, I want to go. So we did, and we went, and it was fun. It was more enjoyable because it was actually cooler, but
Yeah.
all I could think of was $200 a ticket.
Lorena, you want to hear a sad fact about the cast member price? The cast member price, the discount for Halloween is the exact same as pass holder. It's $10 off. That's it.
You
I'm not
gotta
even
be
kidding.
kidding me.
No, and you don't buy it through Disney. You actually have it through some other thing that like Disney is a part of, where you get all kinds of other discounts, and you have to go through that website and purchase the Halloween ticket through there to get your $10 off. And they're very limited on the dates that they have available. They don't have all the same dates billable and stuff. It's
Mm-hmm.
yeah. We did. I was still a cast member in 2022. That's when we did it, but it was kind of a mess. I mean, I thought even then I was like, it feels like we ought to get at least, $30, $40, $50 off, 20%, 30%, something.
Yes.
And they don't want cast members to attend. I think it's their biggest thing. They want, paying guests.
That is nuts. That's all you guys get off. Melissa Bell says my first Halloween party was $79.99 a person. My last one was $180. It's too much. Haven't been back since then. Yeah, that $180. That is way too much. Like I said, when I went for Halloween night and paid $200 a ticket last year, that's all I could think about was like, this is not worth $200. And if I'm gonna pay $200, you need to get something in advance. Like they give you perhaps like like say a bunch of like food vouchers or credits to like use for a meal or something that I'm getting for that $200. That's different from the other nights that are cheaper. I remember the Christmas party being like $80 or something like that. And it was great. It was wonderful for that price, but it's like 100, 130, 140, I think, right now to start. And I'm only considering going just to cover it for my channel, just to say I went and compare it to what it's been in previous years. And that's what I'm saying, Tom. Yeah, for that much money, you should get something different. But I will say, at least
you got the little baggie.
Get a good amount of, and I only had a little bag because I wasn't spending my time getting candy. But when I went with Camera Girl last year, we had so much candy. We were hitting treat trails twice. We were going through, because that's like what we just like go through, get the candy. So at least with you paying $100 and whatever ticket, considering the retail price of Halloween candy right now, you can actually make that back, which is what we did for getting the candy. I'll wear my ooh, nice. Nice. It's like they're asking for more. They're asking more for less quality in comparison to less for better quality. I also think that, and this is an economics thing that they'll do. If people are willing to pay that price, there's nothing to make them not charge that anymore, unless you're forward thinking, like I was saying, giving something in exchange for that price. $200 a ticket brings back $500 in candy. Yeah. Oh yeah. And you get like they give you one full size one, but again, it's M&M Mars, plenty of Skittles and stuff like that. And they give it to you in scoops. So there's scoops that they go in the barrel. And here's the other thing. Near the end of the night, they're trying to give this stuff away. So if you're doing that round, like say the last hour of the party, last half hour of the party, you can clean up
you got to stay to the end of that party and get your money's worth. That's the best way to do it. Is be there until some cast member comes around and kicks you out.
Like y'all gotta go. I've been there. Like, okay, no, we're closing this part out. Y'all kind of need to. You don't have to go home, but you got to get the heck here. So that's why I say with as much money as they do charge for this party, unlike with the Christmas party, you can make it up with how much candy. And yes, I have seen whole families like, oh, we're going through again. We're going through again, and they come out and they have like backpacks full full of candy. So, Ron, you got to go. So I'll let you go on out.
Gotta
Let people know
run.
where they can find you, my dear.
X, Twitter, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I'm all follow the Bradley's Fun. If you type in "follow the Bradley's Fun" in any search engine, you should find us now easily. And Monday through Friday, the Daily Dish, which is basically just news of the day on parks. A lot of Disney, sometimes Universal, sometimes other parks, whatever is going on. And I have a hopefully, yeah. Everybody's saying bye to me. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys later. And I'm trying to think of anything else. I'm sure I have other things. I'm just really tired right now. It's like the exhaustion of, school is starting and it's that stress and that week. And in a couple of weeks, everything will be back to kind of normal. So.
Yeah.
And after a few bus accidents and stuff like that happened. Anyway, thanks so much, guys. I'll see you soon.
All right.
Thank
See
you,
you later,
Lorena.
Ron. Thanks so much. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. Yeah, Ron needs to get some rest. I need to get some rest. I was out until I left about a half an hour before the party ended. Ciao, my dear. Yeah, I left like about 11:30 because again, I was just covering it for my channel and just to get you guys information. So it was more of like a working night, not really okay, the objective is to leave this party with like $500 worth of candy. Like we're staying until we get kicked out of the park. So again, the Halloween party Disney has down pat. It is an experience that you cannot get during regular park hours. For Christmas, the stuff that they have during the Christmas party, they usually run Christmas week. So that's why I went to the party one time and then after that, forget it. It's like I'm there Christmas week. I'm not paying for the party. But for the Halloween party, you have a family friendly curated boutique experience. And the reason I say curated is because the decorations are insane. Very well decorated. The atmosphere, even the music, like when you walk into, let's say, when you walk over into Liberty Square, you hear all like the Haunted Mansion music that's going on. There's a spooky overlay that is over in Space Mountain as well, where it's just like completely dark and spooky music that's played. There's a Halloween overlay for the teacup ride. And they used to have live pirates over at Pirates of the Caribbean. I didn't get to go over there at that time last night, but last year they were supposed to have them and they didn't have them. So usually during the Halloween party is when you go through Pirates of the Caribbean and there's real pirates in there, talking to you and everything, which is cool. But I'll have to check that when I go back on the 15th. Again, lots of candy, lots of places to get it. So when you get into the park, grab one of these maps. And on these maps, it will tell you where all the treat trails are. So my advice, hit these suckers twice before you leave. Get those maps right there. No overlay of pirates? Oh, shoot. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. That going into Pirates of the Caribbean with real pirates was the thing. I think instead they have the Wandering Pirate Band, which is not as good. I mean, I could see Wandering Pirates anywhere, but being able to ride Pirates of the Caribbean with real pirates, that was a thing. So not too happy about that. Ugh. And that sucks. There is party exclusive merchandise. Nothing to write home about. The party exclusive merchandise used to be amazing, but this year I think it was like 2 t-shirts, a pair of ears that were glow in the dark that said Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, which was, nothing to write home about the design. He had a pumpkin mug that said Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. The merchandise was not on point. And in past years, the merchandise for the parties used to be amazing. So they kind of phoned it in. Even the popcorn bucket, I would say, was kind of phoned in. I mean, Mickey in a pumpkin, and the pumpkin eyes lit up. I mean, that was nothing like. This is a popcorn bucket we got last year at the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. Yeah, this one. So we got this one. More people were getting these than the other ones, but I got that Halloween night, I believe. But yeah, I don't know why they didn't do that. I have no idea. We wants the redhead. Yes, I do. I missed that part. Strike your colors, you brazen wench. Maybe they don't trust current cast members to add the pirates. It could be. It could be. Or maybe they just don't want to do that and they think it's problematic. I don't know. Either way, it's a shame they got rid of that they didn't do that this year. Let's see. I went over candy. Okay. Food offerings. I didn't get to do a whole lot of the food offerings. I only got a chance to do 2. It's hot. It's sticky. Who really feels like eating? But I tried the foot-long pulled pork queso hot dog from Casey's. Hadn't been to Casey's hot dogs in like 10 years. So I did have that. That was actually very, 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 very good. Foot-long hot dog. The pulled pork was delicious. I mean, if you screw up pulled pork in Florida, just, there's no excuse for that. The queso fresco that they had on it, the grilled street corn that was in it. I mean, total, it was $15. However, well, it did come with fries. However, it was good. Very good. Easily, was it worth $15? I'd say maybe more like around 12, but it was really good. So I had that, and then later on in the evening after the stream, I went and I got the guava lemonade that was over at Pecos Bill's. It was really sugary. I've made guava lemonade from at home from scratch, so that's probably why I'm judging it. It had like a topper of this really, really thick whipped cream, and I didn't really feel that was necessary. Although I did like the piece of chocolate candy that had a spider on it, but it was I would not turn it down again. Okay, it was like $6. I hate paper straws. Was it worth $6? Yeah, it was frozen. It was like a guava lemonade slushy, just a little too high on the stickers, on the sugar. Might be a bit costly, but hard to say no to pulled pork. You got that right, Goof 35. I can't say no to pulled pork. I have mojo pulled pork in my refrigerator that I made in the crock pot that I have to make like tacos and stuff with. Oh God, I love pulled pork. It is so delicious. And man, you F up pulled pork in Florida. Nah. Okay, so I talked about that. I talked about the food offerings that I did do. The park was crowded. This was a sold out event. There were more people at the Magic Kingdom for this party than I've ever really seen during the day at the Magic Kingdom over the past couple of weeks. It used to be that these parties were limited capacity. No, they oversold this one just like they oversold the ones last year. There's going to be a lot of freaking people who were at at these parties. People continue to go because, again, it's a whole family friendly experience. You can go and get special magic shots for, I guess, what's the thing called? For Photo Pass, where you can get the different magic shots and everything. Like with I think one, it's like you have the lamp, like you're the grave, the grave groundskeeper at the haunted mansion. There's all these little shots that you can only get exclusively at the party. There's exclusive meet and greets. They had Mirabelle and Bruno. Yeah, okay. But they also brought out not only Alice in Wonderland and the Mad Hatter, but Queen of Hearts is out. Tweedledee and Tweedledum is out, so you can get pictures with them. I didn't get to get a picture with Minnie Mouse this time around. She's got like her Halloween costume on. The Jack and Sally line, okay, it's super long every year. So you need to decide if that's the photo op that you need or that you want. I should just go in for it the first thing as soon as that line is open, because that is the most coveted photo op. Next to, thank you, next to Elvis Stitch, that's the other one. Jack and Sally and Elvis Stitch, because I didn't get to do the photo ops this party, but when I go back in September, I'm hitting up like all of them: Elvis Stitch, Jack and Sally, and possibly Minnie Mouse. But those are the main ones that I want for sure. And you can't get those at any other time. So those are definitely worth it for the opportunity to have those at the party. See, I talked about that, talked about merch, talked about food, talked about all of that. Okay, so the downsides. Okay. The downsides to this party is, one, how much it costs, how much that you are going to have to fork out. Usually there are families that go to this party. So you're talking whatever that initial price is times 3, 4, 5, 6, or whatever. So it is not cheap. So if you go to this party, I suggest you plan on being there from 4 p.m. when you can get in with your ticket till past midnight to get your money's worth. You cannot decide to ride attractions and do the stuff in this party. Riding the attractions, frankly, is a waste of time. Unless you do the people mover, which usually isn't very crowded, but it gives you some time to like relax. Oh, also the other thing that I forgot. Okay. So over at oh my gosh, what the heck is that darn thing? I just totally drew a blank. And it's not, I wanted to call it Spectrum Magic, but I didn't really want to call it that. The oh my gosh. That's a darn shame that I can't remember what the heck that is. Oh, the one next to, I keep wanting to call it Spectrum Magic. Oh, sorry, Mickey's Philhar Magic. There we go. Okay, Mickey's Philhar Magic. This is the cool thing about that during the Halloween party. You get candy coming in, okay? And then in the theater, they're running the old school Halloween Disney cartoons. So it's a great place to chill. And then when you get out, you get candy again. So that's a twofer. Although they did not have the twofer at Monsters Inc., which they usually do. So that was kind of disappointing that they didn't do that. But at least they had it there. Let's see, other things that I didn't like. But again, the crowds that are there did not like the crowds. There's obvious that when some people get to these parties that, I don't know, common courtesy, like, excuse me, people just don't seem to have going on. It's hot. I mentioned overpriced. Um, the food offerings. Okay, so last night I wanted to get the Jack and Sally cake pops, and they had like a blondie that was shaped like a skull. I wanted to get that. It was supposed to be available over at the Liberty Square Market. Liberty Square Market wasn't open. And I walked by there around 10:30. Why isn't it still open? And even when the party started, it wasn't open. So that ticked me off. So just go with knowing that sometimes the items that they advertise that are going to be available during the party are not. And not all cast members know where everything is. So that's also very aggravating. What else did I not like? Did I mention the heat? Yeah, I did. I mentioned the heat. Also, I think that with these parties, especially given the economic conditions right now that are going on, two things are going to have to happen. They are either going to have to seriously discount the price of the parties or offer a multi-pass the way that Universal does for Halloween Horror Nights. Now, for Halloween Horror Nights, what Universal does is they see how many single night tickets that they sell. After they do that, then they offer the multi-night passes. So Disney's going to have to adjust with respect to these parties given the next year or so. And in their last earnings report, they did say about how earnings from the parks is expected to drop for the next couple of quarters. So it's going to be very interesting to see what this looks like next year. But overall, the party is great. Is it worth it to you? I think it is still worth it. And it's very, very easy to get your money's worth. Again, if you have a family, bring them bags and go through those candy lines twice. Very easy. Very easy to get your money's worth with candy. Oh, and I wasn't even halfway trying last night either. I loaded up, get these bags. You can get them at any treat station. Cheap souvenir to have. It's like, yeah, I went. Yeah, I went. You can go and do that. Let's see. LOL, I just had the issue of cast members not knowing about other events last Monday. I would think there is at least announcements or a meeting explaining what's up. Yeah, I would think that if you're working the Halloween party, that there's certain things that you should know, especially food offerings where, popcorn buckets where, sippers where, the specialty stuff. You should know about it. Or if you don't know, send me to where you think, you know, someone can answer me and let me know. So that was very, very, very frustrating. Let's see. BR Guy says, Lorena, thanks for braving the heat and humidity so we don't have to. I'm so wimpy. I don't poke my head out of the AC until September. It's my pleasure. I mean, you guys support this channel, so you allow me to go out to check out these special events like Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party and report back to you, let you know how I enjoyed it, which I do. I did enjoy the party, the atmosphere. Again, it's like old school Disney with the way that it's a complete show. By complete show, I mean everything from the smells to the lighting to the sounds to the pyrotechnics to how the costumes are used. The whole experience is really really a lot of fun. So I am happy to do it. Let's see if Epic Universe does family-friendly Halloween to counter their Horror Nights. Disney is fully cooked, and that's what I think Dark Universe is going to be. Yes, as in Dark Universe. I think that's what they're going to do. Think about it. They have Halloween that's like us, like a not kind of, I call it like Scooby-Doo Halloween, you know, they keep it like that. Yeah. Yeah, they will, because Universal really does need a family friendly option for that to compete with Disney, because right now, and it's not like they have to, because they make a crap ton of money off of Halloween Horror Nights, but they'd get even more money by having something that is more family friendly for the season. Finding a person that takes pride in their work is hard to find nowadays. You got that right. You absolutely have got that right. Those would usually be in the meeting notes. You would think so, right? Ugh. Dance Life with the Kingdom. I go to this party for the experience, parades, and fireworks rides if I have the time. Exactly. That's what I do. Get to walk down Main Street with all those individual pumpkins and the lighting and how scary it is, and and the candy and the characters, and you get to see the headless horseman, and just the whole atmosphere. The rides, I think the only ride I've ever done, well, okay, there's one that I have to do. I didn't get a chance to do last night, but I walked by it. That would be the Haunted Mansion. That's the only, I would say, must do ride that you would have to do during this party. For real. Thank you for subscribing, Amber Bergstrom. I sure do appreciate that, my dear. Thank you. Thank you so very much. Looking forward to seeing what, if any, extra Halloween touches are added to Dark Universe next year. Very interesting. Yeah. I can see it. I can see it. I can see it. I see plenty of pride people at Disneyland. That's a bigger thing than like here in Florida, as much as they try to push it. Nah, the whole pride thing is not, it's not a full on show here. I mean, Disney would have unofficial gay days. Everybody knew it, but it wasn't in your face, you know. And just tell you that Pride merchandise, and nobody buys it. Stuck over in the character warehouse, like all that merchandise from the Wish movies. Go anywhere. Oogie Boogie Bash is a unique experience all its own. It's not every day you get to see a hammered Buzz Lightyear. Yeah, I wish I could go to Oogie Boogie Bash. I went to the Halloween party at Disneyland years ago, and it was so much fun. It was so different. It's so different. Yeah. Dylan says Universal doesn't need a family friendly event, but Disney deserves fierce competition. Exactly. Especially with Universal stepping up its game lately with Harry Potter, Jurassic, Minions, and HHN. Epic U may be the KO. And that's what I'm talking about. It's like they really don't for Halloween, because, and I can't even emphasize, and you'll see it during my live streams for Halloween Horror Nights, because I'm going to be streaming from there a lot because I got a multi-night pass. Plus, I'm going to go do a behind the scenes tour of 6 of the haunted houses. So much thanks to all of you guys for supporting my channel so I could actually go get a ticket to that. Halloween Horror Nights it's crowded every night. Every night. It's crowded. It's loud. There's smoke. People everywhere just having a great time. I mean, that's a money press for Universal for how well they kick off. They do that event every year. So it's like, yeah, they don't need a family friendly Halloween attraction. But if they did, and I'm pretty sure they're taking notes about what's going on over at Disney. Gonna be interesting to see. Hey, Jacob, good seeing you. It's all collecting dust, pride, and wish merch. Yes, they cannot give that wish merch away at the character warehouse, which reminds me, I have to make another trip down there. The character warehouse, their wish merchandise has been no one wants it. No one wants it. It's so sad. It's funny. BR Guy says part of the fun of Mickey's Not So Scary is actually getting to dress up in the parks as an adult, as long as the weather doesn't cook you from the inside out. LOL. Well, yeah, exactly. Exactly. I've seen costumes at the party last night, but the majority of them were adjusted for the weather. Like I saw this one girl, and I'm hating because I didn't think about it. She had like a modified Rapunzel outfit. Like she had the Rapunzel ears, but then she had like a pink like Rapunzel bustier. Okay, and then she had a short skirt on with it. I'm like, how did they let her in the park like that? But then again, one year I was dressed as a pirate wench with tons of cleavage. But yeah, all the costumes are like adjusted for like the heat and everything. Yeah, in October the weather is much better for costumes, that's for sure. Mike Loves Taco says they changed the Halloween policy to costumes for kids only because it was looking like RuPaul's strip club. Not that they would say that though. Yeah, especially in California, especially in LA. Now, it used to be that the costumes were insane, like really good insane, but mm, 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 mm. It's supposed to look like Disney World, Disneyland, not WeHo, not West Hollywood. No offense, but they act like alphabet people are 75% or something instead of 5%. You don't sell for the 5%. Agreed. But unfortunately, here's the thing about LA. LA thinks the rest of the country is like them, especially Burbank. And after living there, yeah, I can tell you, it's like ridiculous. But that's what they believe, to their peril. To their peril. I ain't hating on Rapunzel. Let your neckline down, girl. I saw that outfit. I'm like, dang, I need to do something like that for Ariel. I'm gonna keep that sucker in mind. I have my other costume I haven't done yet because I need to figure out how to do it. Is EDM Tinkerbell, and I'm gonna have to do what Club Night Ariel. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, I saw that Rapunzel outfit. I'm like, I need that. Yes, I'm in California. It's interesting at Disneyland. Never know what you're going to get. Saw a couple cosplayed as Asha and the discarded Wish Boy Star Boy concept, and I love that they got to parade one of Disney's big mistakes at an official event. Bring back from Miss Disney. Oh, yeah, I heard about this discarded Wish Star Boy concept. Uh when I heard about that, I was mad. I'm like, how come they didn't do that? How come they didn't do that? Yeah, I am behind with respect to D23. There's so many other channels that are doing it better. Um, because this weekend I'm like, I just can't between onboarding that I have to do to be a substitute teacher. They got so much training that I have to do with that, and videos that I need to produce. I'm leaving D23 up to the experts. Although I will say that if they bring D23 back to Orlando, yeah, I'm going to have to bite the bullet and go, tell you. Hey, Lonnie, good seeing you. Mm. So to wrap this up again, if you're going to pay for a party at Walt Disney World, the Halloween party is definitely the one that you should your budget allow for it. And I'm going to be coming out with videos about how to get the most for your money at these parties, because there is a strategy to this. When you go to these parties, you are trying to get your money's worth. Disney ain't going to tell you that because it's not their job to tell you that. But I'm going to tell you that. I'm going to tell you that. Thanks, Lonnie. Thanks, Lonnie. Yeah, it's got some flexibility, so I can do that and possibly look for another corporate job if I want it anyway, and do more stuff with my channel, because I tell you, this channel, you guys have helped save my sanity through a very, very, very tough time. So I appreciate that, and I'm kind of like, okay, maybe I need to push this YouTube thing much harder than I have been. So yeah, that gives me flexibility, and I get to influence a bunch of kids, you know, with things like basic math skills, stuff like that, logic, reasoning, civics, English. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. All right, folks. Well, I am going to roll out. Thank you so much for hanging out with me here for the Resort Recon live show. This has been a crazy week where most of my fellow panelists, they are D23 has been their life this whole weekend. It's just between the Disney earnings call and D23. Oh my gosh, it's just been insane. Oh, thank you, my dear. Love you guys too. Uh, okay, so tonight at 8 p.m., watch party for E.T. the Extraterrestrial with myself and with Retro Nerd Girl. I think E.T. is overrated, and I have for years, but I haven't seen it for a long time, so we're going to have to go check that out. So that's tonight at 8. Of course, Welcome to Florida show tomorrow at 8 p.m. Monday at noon, I'm going to be on Side Scrollers podcast over there on Stuttering Craig's channel. So I'm very excited. This is my third time appearing on the show, so I'm very excited about that. And Monday night is Manic Monday. Haven't decided if we're going to the Magic Kingdom or if we're going to Universal. So, might be Universal. But stay tuned. Stay tuned. Thank you, Lorraine. I can't wait for the King Thanos Spider-Man watch. I just don't. You know what? I can tell you exactly what ride system it's going to be. The same one that's over at Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. They are basically lifting what they put in Cosmic Rewind and putting it in this King Thanos attraction. It's crazy. It's crazy. All right, folks. Well, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching us on the replay. Thank you so much for being here. As always, thank you guys so very much for your support, and I will see you next time. Bye.